Hey all, it's Steve with Getting Fresh Air, and we're coming to you with another install video and unboxing of some new equipment. So we're going to look at, on this particular video, we're going to update our front bumper a little bit. You can see we have the steel Rubicon front bumper, but we don't have any winch or winch plate installed. So what we're going to be doing on this video, we're going to install the JCR off-road winch plate and then the Badlands 12,000 winch on here. At the same time too, we're talking about possibly either removing or turning around this winch guard, or at least what I call a winch guard. I'm not sure what it's really called. Someone put it down in the comments what this is really called if it's not the winch guard. And then also talking about moving these lights possibly down to these holes here to make them a little bit sitting lower with the actual winch installed, and they'll be sitting in front of where the winch is. So let's get this stuff unboxed and get it installed. So what we're looking at installing, and we're going to unbox for you, like I said, we got the JCR off-road winch plate that goes with the steel bumper for the Jeep, and then we also picked up the Badlands 12,000 pound synthetic rope winch here. So a lot of people may be asking, why'd you go with the Badlands? I think there's a few different factors with it that we talked about for a while as we've been looking for winches, and it was one of those things like, well, how often are we actually going to use the winch? I think in all the years that we've been overlanding and off-roading a little bit, we've only been winched once by somebody else. That we're more overlanding type people, we're not big rock crawlers. But with the winch on our own vehicle now, maybe we might take it a little more extreme. Who knows? I don't know. We'll just see how it goes here. But the other big factor is that we've seen a lot of good reviews for this winch here, and also with the past Labor Day sale, and even with a multi-year extended warranty on it and everything, that this was very reasonably priced, at least half or less than some of the bigger name competitors and stuff. So we'll give it a try here and we'll get it installed. We may not show the complete install because this will be a huge long video. We may time lapse it or just show some videos of some key areas, but stay tuned and we'll get this installed. Alright, so next we'll get the JCR off-road winch plate unboxed here, and you can see it comes in a pretty sturdy box, lots of staples, not really taped, so this may take a second here. We're just going to rip this box all apart, but hopefully it'll be okay. Alright, so packaged up pretty good here, all foam. Whoa. All one piece foam. So I'll get this box out of the way. See? Yeah. Oh, they did a really nice job packaging this thing up here. It wasn't going to get damaged in shipping at all. That's everything. That's just packaging. Alright, so you can see here, let's take, comes with the Lead support plate, bag of hardware, and then the mount itself. Alright, and for the Badlands 12,000 pound synthetic rope winch here, unboxing. Okay, lots of instruction guides, owner's manuals, install guide, big sticker sheet. We got the hook and pull strap there. The remote, which is both wired and wireless, which was be pretty nice for us. The Lead itself, And then this is the winch control wire for when you're using it wired. Sounds like a box of hardware. Oh, no, actually that's a battery switch. So if you wanted to put this in where you can disconnect it from your battery, it's a battery disconnect switch, which is fairly nice to have. Did not realize that's in there, but that's a great addition. Your main wire harnesses. Here's your bag of hardware. More miscellaneous hardware. Not sure what box, we'll figure that out. Oh, it's the electrical box, I'm assuming. We'll get into that once we get into the setup of it. Looks like a bracket for, I'm not sure if that's for the hoist bracket, just to extend it up. The other electrical harness there. And then we'll try to get this winch itself out of the box. Not that bad. Oh, and it does come with some two different cables, the cable or rope savers. It looks like that's what these are here. So right out of the box, here's your winch itself. And all right, we'll start reading over these instructions here, and we'll get this thing installed. All right, everybody, we're about, well, we got some sun there. All right, everybody, we're about 2 hours into this install here. We've made some progress. We got the winch plate and the winch installed on the front of the truck for the most part, except for the wiring. We'll come back and do that. Let's take a look at this here. You can see the back bolts for the winch plate are installed. Obviously the front bolts will go back in once the bumper itself gets installed. The winch is installed to the winch plate, and then we'll do the electrical wiring later once we get the bumper back installed. On the front bumper, you can see we got the Fairlead plate installed, the Fairlead itself installed, and then those lights that used to be up on the winch guard bar or whatever it's called, we've moved down to the top of the bumper now. So we're getting ready to install that bumper back on here. There we go. All right, so end of day one, we're going to call it a night because it's getting a little bit dark and it's super muggy out here tonight. Late summer Alabama here. But we've got the bumper on. As we can see here, the bumper's on, the lights are lowered down, everything's tightened up. We just have the rope zip tied up to here. We'll finish that out tomorrow once we put the hook on and get the wiring done. We don't have the wiring. We'll do all the wiring tomorrow of the winch itself and the lights. But everything else is basically back together. The only two issues we ran into is one on the winch plate itself. The holes were just a hair off, so we had to file that out just a little bit to make the winch line up and with the bumper and everything to fit on here properly. So just a little bit of filing, and then our winch, whatever this thing is called, the winch guard or whatever, it won't, originally, if you remember at the beginning of the video, we had it on this way. It will not fit there with the control box here, and then even this way it does fit, but then if you go over to the engage disengage, you can't basically disengage it to free spool it because it hits on there. So I guess we're just out of the guard, and this is our new configuration without the guard, and the lights move down to the bumper. So I guess that's a wrap for today. Tomorrow we'll do the electrical for the lights and the winch, and we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, so last day of the install here. I think the only thing we have left to do is rewire up the lights here that we moved from the higher bar. We actually had to cut the wires because I didn't put quick connects in there the first time I wired it up, but this time I will put some quick connects in there, rewire these up. Obviously you can see the mud on there. We took a day off yesterday, went wheeling, so the new winch is already covered in mud and everything before we even got this video done. And we will basically wire up to our VO switch here. So that's this wire here. It's probably too short now. I'll probably have to just pull this and rerun a new wire. And then, like I said, we'll put quick disconnects on here, so if we have to take the lights or the bumper off for any reason in the future, we can just quick disconnect it instead of having to cut wires like we did this time. All right, so let's get this finished up. All right, everybody, the lights are working. I think this is a wrap. We got everything wired up, zip tied up. Probably doesn't look 100% as good as I wanted to. I wanted to get that harness underneath the bumper, but there's not enough space in here to slide that under, so I guess I can live with it the way it is. It'll get muddy and blend in, and you won't even notice it in no time anyway. But we got lights, we got winch power, we're good. I think this is a wrap. So we'll take this out on the trail, test this winch out for a little bit, and happy trails. Go get some fresh air. Alright guys, so at the beginning of the video we had some, when we were doing the unboxing, we had a few pieces of equipment that we weren't sure about, but as we did the install we figured this out. So what this actually is the control box on the top of the winch here. If you want, I guess depending on your installation, if you don't want this control box on top of the winch itself, it unbolts and you can relocate the control box, mounts on this plate, and then you can mount it elsewhere in your vehicle. And then this is the little power box, extra wires, and all the hardware that comes with it. So that's what some of the extra stuff is. Now we got some leftover parts to, you know, fill up the garage with more extra parts, I guess. All right, that's it. See ya. We hope you enjoyed this install overview. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button and consider subscribing to our channel. And we'll see you out there getting fresh air.
Go, 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 gas!